All right, here today with Patrick Lugo, and we're hoping to go through a little bit of a WordPress configuration setup. He uses a really cool newsletter plugin that I'm interested in learning how to use because he sends out you send out an email once a week or so?
I did. Well, generally speaking, I send out a newsletter once a month.
So my goal is to make something that's like ridiculously easy to put together, hopefully. Do I need to stop there?
All right. Is that?
Yeah.
So this was a presentation I did discussing, the different email lists that I use, right? And the thing that I wanted to point out is from them, you could see marked in red were the newsletters that I sent using this plugin that we've just been discussing. In
Okay.
yellow, I did an experiment and tried MailChimp, which is a commercially available newsletter service that I'm not too fond of. Still,
Yeah,
I thought
I
I'd try it.
looked at
And
that.
you can
Yeah.
see here, launching it as of April of 2021, I was kind of, delivering a newsletter at about a monthly basis, second Tuesday of each month, until around September when I started my second newsletter. I still kept my Plugo Arts newsletter going at about once a month, but started adding my Tiger's Tail newsletter so that by the time I got to January and February, I was literally doing 2 newsletters every week until that first week of February, where it almost became a daily occurrence for the sake of the campaign I was running.
Yeah.
And then the key detail was to waste nothing, right? So what I did would write an email, and so on the left you can see one of the newsletters that I wrote that I would then snip up and use both as blog posts and as social media posts. So it allowed me to keep referring, so that I wouldn't have to constantly be recreating information. I could return to the various bits of work that I had already started.
Yeah.
And to this day, like, I still have stuff. I'm kind of all caught up, but I still have some stuff lined up to write as either blog posts or newsletters. And then if it's a blog post first, some of it will go to the newsletter. Some of it will be set aside to be expanded upon on the newsletter. Or it'll be the other way around, where it'll be the newsletter and then it'll be expanded upon as a specific blog post.
So, did you like MailChimp?
I'm still a little dubious about it. I'm kind of committed.
Because I think Intuit bought them, right? So, and Intuit's kind of got a questionable support kind of mechanism.
Well, I just got notified that I was confirmed to have a Zoom interview with Jeff Darrow, who's currently in France right now. Do you know who Jeff Darrow is? The illustrator. He's the concept artist behind The Matrix, and is currently producing his current comic book, Shaolin Cowboy.
Yeah.
So you heard it here first.
Exciting. Good for you.
That's very exciting.
When's the Zoom call?
I have no idea. I just got noticed to go check I just got a notification to go check my email about this stuff.
Cool.
So
that'll be a fun interview.
Yeah, now I have to actually do some research and get ready.
Interesante. All right. So have you found that having your email list going has helped you out?
It certainly has helped in actually several unforeseen ways, along with giving me like an accountability project where I have to maintain a certain kind of discipline to keep it going. it's just open doors. Like, it's been surprising to see, like, having the option to invite people to join a newsletter actually results on people being willing to check it out, right? So, and then that also means you always have something that you can share, you know. If
Mm-hmm.
anything, you can always invite more people to jump onto your newsletter.
Mm.
Added to that, you know, you get surprises of people who you don't expect signing up, and then people who are like actually start engaging, and then that kind of helps define what you can do with
Yeah,
that
it's huge.
newsletter. And then all you need is a handful who are committed and who just really are willing to, like, you know, demonstrate that commitment by just opening up that newsletter and then occasionally clicking the thing that you send them to, you know, because I mean, the key thing, right, is the 80-20, right? You don't want to just send every letter, be like, buy this thing next week, buy this thing, you know. It's really about like building that trust. And, you know, so you have to really like put the
Offering
work,
the value.
yeah, into like really offer. And the thing is like someone, you know, like, you know, you're always generating stuff anyway. So just being able to like partition it out so that this piece goes there and this piece goes there, and then you could like build out your flow. And then someone who gets into the habit of reading your newsletter knows that they could read it and they can go check it, and if they want more, you're going to have the related blog post or the related video,
Yeah.
you know, so that you're kind of serving all functions. Someone can just scan it and be like, okay, that's good, I know what he's up to. And then other people could be like, oh cool, a new video or a new chapter of this. So
Yeah, what I like about that newsletter plugin that you showed me that definitely has an advantage over MailChimp is just that it's integrated natively into WordPress.
mhm.
So if I'm making a blog post in WordPress, it's just going to be like, boink, there's the content, all
Exactly. And the
ready.
whole thing of you have access to the same media library. So if you're gonna go, like when I was using MailChimp, I had to
Yeah,
like re-upload every image I wanted to use. Even if
yeah,
I had done all the work to set things up in my blog or in my newsletter, I would have to cut and paste the text and then re-upload the photos. And so that
mm.
just becomes a little bit of a drag.
So
And
why?
then MailChimp is so like specific about their security that is
Mm,
an extra, you know, you have to get an extra confirm. It's a two-step
factor.
authentication all
Yeah,
the time. So
I hate that.
it's
I
just,
hate that.
yeah, so it's a weird thing, you know, if I want to pump out a newsletter really quick and just got to let people know, I'll use my native one, and then I'll use the MailChimp for that more specific project oriented newsletter.
But are you reaching different audience? Like, why wouldn't you just merge them into the newsletter one?
Um Kind of just exploring the potential of different audiences. Like, one is more about just my generic adventures as an artist, and then the
Mm.
other one is more specific to like a tigerstail.com, the project, you know, that graphic novel.
Because
So
it
I'm
kind of
just,
looks like right here, there's different ways to maybe build different subscription lists that
mm-hmm.
are targeting.
Yeah, yes, that's something I want to explore more. So I think at some point within you know, before this year ends, I'll probably just port everything that I've done in MailChimp over, and then just,
Mm.
you know, I don't know why I'll keep MailChimp other than just, you know, it's already connected to a specific URL. So I don't know. Because right now I'm juggling two websites, right? So it's
Yeah,
they're
which
coming in from
always
different
sucks.
functions. So
Yeah, I
we'll
hate
see. It's all done in the spirit of experimentation anyway, but I get good results. I'm getting decent results consistently. So like
that. Yeah.
even this last, you know, I sent a recent update last Tuesday, and you know, I get on average about 50% of my newsletter subscribers will actually read the email on average. Sometimes more, sometimes less. And then there's a 50% of those are the ones that'll actually go through and click. And then there'll be a smaller portion that'll actually reply. But the people that do reply, that's gold, you know.
Yeah.
Even it's not always the same people every month, but you know, you can gauge what you're achieving